Here's the deal. Here's the deal that happens all the time. Let's say you are working on something and you put all your effort into this plan. You make a plan and you really believe it. You really believe it. You map it out. You get the team. You sell the vision. You think, you know what? This is it. This is the thing that is going to take me to the top. And then it doesn't do that. Instead, things fall apart in business, in life, in basketball. At some point, we've all been there where you try to build something and it just doesn't click. Maybe the timing's off. Maybe you zigged when you should have zagged. The people aren't really buying in. And suddenly, everybody is looking at you and they're thinking, what were you thinking? Now, when you get that feeling of people saying, talking and saying, hey, what you doing? This makes no sense. I told you it wouldn't work. You thought you had something, but actually it turns out, no, you don't. And now you're feeling embarrassed, probably. You're feeling frustrated. You're feeling a bit of panic. And it starts to magnify under the lights of a national stage. Because that's, in a lot of ways, what I see happening to some WNBA teams. There are front offices and coaches that had a vision. We saw GMs that promised success. Bold trades were made. Risky cuts were made. The right people were hired. And now the foundation of sorts is kind of cracking a little bit. You know, it's a plan that is no longer working. So they have to wave the flag and say, you know what? We're about to change some stuff up. We got to do some stuff different. But the question is, when your blueprint fails in public, what do? Do you adjust or do you spiral? So let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about it. Let's talk Sky, where GM, General Manager Jeff Pagliaaka, the man who shook up the Chicago Sky's roster and coaching staff, thinking that he had the cheat code. Hey, he's talking. He's talking a little bit right now, and we want to talk about what he is saying, okay? Because Jeff Pagliaaka made a lot of moves in the offseason. He was hired last year, or before last season, after Teresa Weatherspoon was hired as the head coach. After the season was over last year, he was a decision maker in firing Teresa Weatherspoon, who did not make the playoffs. And while they didn't totally give us a reason, it's either that they didn't make the playoffs or all the conversation that was around the Chicago Sky last year, right? This is the guy who let Kennedy Carter walk, one of the league's top shot creators, out the door. And she was open to coming back, and he was like, actually, no, I think we got it. This is the man who traded, among other things that was traded, the number 3 overall pick for Ariel Atkins. He was betting on the now instead of betting on the next. And he handed the keys to another rookie coach, Tyler Marsh. And in some ways, the Chicago Sky was selling a vision to fans, a sort of rugged, battle-tested team with a lot of veterans that would fight every night on the court and do their best to contend for an actual playoff spot. Last year, the Sky didn't make the playoffs. And it was like, okay, well, we need to make the playoffs. We need to make some stuff happen. And so we need to go in a different direction. They bring in a whole bunch of different players, a lot of new faces on this team, including basically a whole new coaching staff. And now we look at the situation. And what do we see? Well, we see the Chicago Sky, who were expected to make a playoff push, instead look like one of the worst teams in the WNBA. This is a team that just can't win. They are 2-6 on the season, and the 2 wins they have are against, in my opinion, the worst team in the WNBA, in the Dallas Wings. You're 2-6. You are allowing 89.5 points a game, which is the worst in the WNBA. You are allowing the opponent's field goal percentage to be 46.9%, the worst in the WNBA. You are shooting a pretty terrible 39.4% from the field. And you are allowing 6 You are turning over the ball 6.7 times per game. You are struggling big time. Not only that, you just lost Courtney Vandersloot, your starting point guard, who just returned back to this team. Now she's out to her ACL. She's done. And you are not looking good at all. You're looking pretty bad. And Jeff Pagliaaka, he's been asked about it, and people are like, hey, what's going on? You seem to have a plan of how you wanted this season to go, but now we look up, we're 8 games into the season, and we're looking like, what are you doing? What's going on, Jeff Pagliaaka? And so he publicly spoke to the Chicago Sun-Times in an article that has been circulated just about everywhere. And in that interview, he talked about some things. He said, it's a long season and there's a lot of games left, but this is unexpected and I've been very disappointed. That is what Jeff Pagliaaka had to say about the Chicago Sky and their season. He's like, hey, I had this master plan and this is unexpected. I didn't expect the Sky to be this bad. I didn't expect it. All right. I did not expect that at all. That's what he said. Then he continued on and he said, we had pretty big, he said we had pretty significant expectations for the season. And that's why I made the moves I made. So he's like, hey, we had a lot of expectations, this season. We had lots of plans of what we were going to do. And now we look at the situation and we're like, this doesn't look good. Like this does not look good at all. And so we continue on. We continue on to talk about the Chicago Sky and truly how not great, how not great they've been. And now he starts to talk about the number one player for the Chicago Sky, which is Angel Reese. And let's talk specifically about what he said about her, because truly it seems like the Angel Reese piece is the thing that actually a lot of people are like pissed off about. Also, just so you all know, turnovers is actually 19. My apologies. My graph. I need to update my graphic. Turnovers is 19 turnovers per game. 19 turnovers per game for the Chicago Sky. All right, so it's even worse than I had. 19 turnovers per game. All right, so even worse. All right, and now we want to talk about what Jeff Pagliaaka had to say about Angel, because that seemed to stir up a lot of stuff. Stirred up a lot of stuff on social media about people getting upset. People upset at what Jeff Pagliaaka had to say, because he did at least talk about some of his possible role in that in terms of, hey, I made the moves I made, and now the moves I made is not panning out quite yet, right? This team has poor defense, severely poor defense. They have a lack of confidence when it comes to shooting the basketball. They are inconsistent when it comes to their effort, which is just a thing that this guy have been dealing with. And a significant portion of the article from the Sun-Times talking about the interview with Jeff Pagliaaka, a significant part of it focuses on Angel Reese, because even though she was the number 7 pick in the 2024 draft, she is the franchise player for the Chicago Sky. The Sky have moved Angel into more of a stretch 4 type of role, and it comes with some growing pains for sure. And while she has seen some good games this year, she's also had some bad games, and it's clear that she is still trying to figure out how to be more of a facilitator while also limiting turnovers. And when Jeff was talking specifically about Angel, he said that's something that has yet to come together in terms of her ability to take care of the basketball and limiting turnovers. He said, but it's a necessity for us to win. She had some great games, and she's had some games like everybody else that haven't been her best. But she's our best chance at versatility on this roster. We need more production from out of her, but we need her to help us in other ways too. Let me repeat that. Jeff Pagliaaka said that Angel is the Chicago Sky's best chance at versatility on this roster. We need more production out of her, but we need her to help us in other ways too. So, yeah, to that I say, okay, yeah, Angel is very versatile for your team. And does the Sky need more production out of her? Yeah, sure, absolutely. And does the Sky need to do more to help her? Absolutely. But there is something that we need to talk about when it comes to Angel, because I get it. Angel is the most popular player on this team. I get it. And I get it that, most of the time people want to talk about her. But the stressing of what Angel needs to do, like, oh, okay, Angel needs to do this and that and whatnot. Here's the deal, guys. What about the rest of the team? the thing that got on me about this article and about what Jeff Pagliaaka had to say was not specifically about Angel, because yes, sure, she is very versatile, and yes, does the Sky need more production out of her? Yes. Does the Sky need to help her out more? Yes. But what about everybody else? Like, I'm very confused. What about the player who was actually picked higher than Angel in 2024? Has anyone talked to Don Staley about what the Sky need to do to get Camilla playing her best down low consistently? Has that happened? Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to talk about Ariel Atkins, who the Chicago Sky traded so much for? Ariel Atkins, she is playing offensively like a shell of herself. What about her? Does she need to do more? Does the Sky need more production out of her? What about the defensive issues that you have on this team, right? You say defense is an issue, perimeter defense is an issue, and you got Kia Nurse starting most of the games so far this season. There is a huge confusion I have in terms of, like, what are we doing, guys? Angel Reese on the basketball court, objectively, like truly, if you've watched all the games so far, it's very clear that she is giving seemingly the most effort out of everybody on the team. And absolutely, can she be more productive? Yes. I have no issue with him saying that particular piece. Yes, sure, she could be more productive, but she is giving, in my opinion, the most effort on the court. And what about everybody else? What is there going to be a talk about what everybody else needs to do, right? What Kia Nurse needs to do, specifically defensively, what Ariel Atkins needs to do to show more of what she of the type of player that she was at Washington with Chicago, of what Camilla has to do, of what Rachel Banham has to do, of what Beck Allen has to do. Like, there's a slight part of me that I'm just like, I don't understand it. I don't. Like, yes, absolutely, Angel is the franchise player. And yes, she's going to get a lot of attention, of course. However, think about what you just did. Angel is a number 7 pick, okay? Camilla was picked higher than her. And you just traded away the number 3 pick and, some other stuff for Ariel Atkins. In terms of talent, in my opinion, Ariel Atkins is the best player on this team. However, she's not playing like it. She's not playing like it. And here's the thing. I'm not sure if Jeff in this interview talked about other players, and just the article just focused on Angel or what, because I'm just like, I don't understand. What about everybody else? Because I'm going to tell you this, even if Angel's production stays relatively where it is right now, and you get other players like a Kia Nurse to step up, other players like an Ariel Atkins to step up, other players like Camilla and others to step up, the Sky will win more games. The Sky will win more games. And so I guess there's just a slight disconnect, in my opinion, a slight disconnect in terms of like the stressing of one player's production on the court when it is very clear that this is not we just need Angel to do more. This is a roster construction problem. The roster that the Sky have is bad. It's just bad. And in the offseason, coming into the season, there was all this talk about, actually, no, this is actually going to work. We have a plan. We have a master plan, and Jeff P is like a genius who can mix and match and make some stuff happen. And now look at what we see. The roster is an issue. That's the problem that you have. You brought in certain veterans, but it's not working. You have a new head coach, which to be totally honest with you guys, I'm not putting all of this on Tyler. I'm not. The reason why is because, yes, him and Jeff has supposedly talked about the players that they're getting and all that stuff. But like at the end of the day, he's a brand new coach, put in a situation where he has a not so great roster, and he's trying to make some stuff happen. So yes, does Tyler Marsh need to be better in his X's and O's coaching? Absolutely. But is a significant amount of the Sky's problems the players that they actually picked, the trades that they have made, the signings that they have and have not made? Yes. In a good amount of ways, Tyler was not set up for success. He's trying to make the most of it. And is he perfect? No, he's not. But I do think that roster construction is a huge issue for the Chicago Sky. But season's not over. There's still some sort of chance, right? But here's the thing: you're in this article. It seems like Jeff is asking Angel to basically do everything. But the question is, what about everybody else? Tyler Marsh might end up growing into being a really good coach. And you have to ask yourself, yeah, sure, Angel is putting in the work. Yeah, sure. Does she still need to be more efficient? Absolutely. Does she still have stuff she needs to work on? Yes. But until you get more from the other 4 starters, the Chicago Sky will not totally have a shot. This was supposed to be a playoff team. You got rid of Teresa Weatherspoon. And I keep holding in on that because, again, you get rid of her and you act like you know everything. And you're like, actually, I'm good. We're good. We got a plan. I know what's going on. I know how to fix this. And now we see the results. And it's like, okay, not fixed. Not fixed. You were, that's what I got to say. It feels like you were supposed to build a team that was meant to be a playoff team. But instead, you have a team that is destined for nothing but frustration and probably a whole lot of finger pointing. So where do the Sky go from here? Not totally sure. But I know this, there is a little bit of admitting from Jeff Pagliaaka's perspective of like what went wrong. However, the solution being just more production out of Angel is not a good one because you have other players on your team. It is not just one player on a team. So yeah, that's my thoughts there. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about this, the Sky in particular. All right. Thank you so much, Stern, for the super chat. Says everyone underestimated this rookie class. Facts. Yeah. This guy gave away that number 3 pick because honestly, they didn't think Sonia Citron would be this good. I don't think they did. And now we look and see and we're like, actually, interesting. Interesting. GDM, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, did you agree with Angel being a 3-time BET Award winner? 1 time, yes. 3 is a little questionable to me. To be honest with you, I don't care. I saw it raise a lot of conversation online. I don't watch the BET Awards. I have not watched the BET Awards in years. I didn't even know she won 3 times until I saw it circulating online and people were upset. The BET Awards it's a popularity contest, right? It's Angel is the most popular black female athlete, So I don't know. If you're just thinking about popularity, then yeah, I guess it makes sense. If you're thinking about accolades and whatnot, then no, it probably doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. I don't really care. All right. Okay. Regan says, thank you. Quit. I was thinking the same thing. All right. El Kune says, who cares about a BT award? They only care because it's Angel. If anyone else won it, nobody would mention it. Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Taylor says, I think the Sky's main problem is their front office. Yeah. Yes. Paradico says they could have had Citron or Kiki. Yeah. That is true. Shamika said, I love that Ariel defended Angel. Yeah, there was a clip that went around, that circulated around of Ariel Atkins backing Angel and basically saying like, hey, she got a lot that she's dealing with. Like come on, calm down, people. Like there's a lot of criticism that she has to deal with and whatnot. And yeah, of course that's not the exact quote, but I did like how she was defending her. Angel's not a rookie, but like defending her younger player. I think that's always, in my opinion, a W when you see veterans, really going to bat and supporting their younger players. I think it goes a long way in terms of just like locker room cohesion, because it's like, hey, this person truly does have my back, right? And so I think that's pretty cool. All right. Let's continue on. And I actually want to talk about something that's similar but also different at the same time, and that is in relation to the Las Vegas Aces. Here's the thing about the Las Vegas Aces. This is a team that won back-to-back championships. They were at one point a super team. This was a squad that was supposed to roll through the league for more years to come. And yet, they are looking at 50% from on the season so far. 4 for 4. 4 wins, 4 losses. They are a team that in a lot of ways looks disjointed, lost, and a team that isn't really giving it as much as they can. This is a team that is really good still, but is a team that is not living up to the expectations that people had for them. Right? When we look at the Las Vegas Aces, this is a team that had 2 20-point losses so far this season. Right? This is a team, when it comes to assists, is dead last in the WNBA. They're only averaging around 16.3 assists per game, right? This is a team that traded away Kelsey Plum, brought in Jackie Young, and they were Jackie Young brought in Jewel Lloyd. Jackie Young is already still there. Brought in Jewel Lloyd, and they made some changes from a guard perspective. You lost Tiffany Hayes, who ended up signing as a free agent to the Golden State Valkyries. Like you lost Alicia Clark, who ended up signing with the Seattle Storm, and you've had some changes. That's my point. You've had some changes